Hey guys, welcome to Back in News, and today we get the Foster Season 5, Episode 12, hashtag I Was Made in America. Okay, so this episode starts off with, where the last episode left off, with Lena confronting Nick, and he's like, you have information that can save your beach, and he's like, I don't know what you're talking about, and she's like, this proof of your texting with my daughter Mariana, proves it. So yeah, stop lying, Nick. So anyway, yeah, so he's like, she's like, so she's like, stop talking, Mariana. You brought a gun into our house. I was never gonna hurt Mariana. And she's like, you traumatized her, and you keep traumatizing her. And he's like, I am the one who destroyed the house. And she's like, what? And he's like, he came in one day during one of his dad's meetings and just destroyed it. And she's like, why? Because he hates his dad. And she's like, your dad wants to bring your dad to be your jailer. So she's like, yeah. So anyway, yeah. So they're like, Nick. So Mario's getting a new number. Nick. They waited till Nick. We waited with Nick until his pro officer showed up, and Lena's going to be going into his classes because she realized that David was absolutely a terrible pick to be his paraprofessional. So yeah. So anyway, Lena's just giving his teacher all this bunch of information on these two, and it's just like, yeah. So anyway, we get into Jude, Declan, and Taylor's stream, where they're now called two gay guys and a girl. He's gay guy, and he's the other gay guy, and so Declan obviously flirting with Jude, and it did not help seeing Jude as another kid, seeing the guy that he's trying to flirt with, kissing his boyfriend, must have felt awkward for Declan. So he starts flirting with Jude, saying, hey, Jude's like, hey, let me in, but he's like, hey, play by yourself, like flirting with him, trying to like be mean and yeah. So Noah is like, hey, Jude, give Declan what he wants. So next stream, Jude's like, hey. So he starts saying, hey, you wish, and he's like, I do wish, and Taylor's like, hey, get a room, you two, and it's basically like, and Noah was watching the stream, so late that night, he called Jude, and he's like, hey Jude, what were you doing? And he was like, playing the game. He's like, I couldn't tell between you and Declan flirting. And he was like, I was doing what you want. I was doing what you told me, giving him what he wants. And he was like, yeah, just give him whatever he wants. And Noah declines his call with Jude. So yeah, Jude and Noah's relationship is already on the rocks because of Declan and the whole thing. So Callie does. So anyway, that's just my call. Yeah. Callie's with Shalom. Callie's at a Shalom McCollum event, and she starts saying some stuff, and she's like, what makes them an American? What makes her an American, but not Ximena? And everyone's just booing her, and they're even supporting Ice. They're like, boo! And even now, like, when I watched the episode, it said the crowd was supporting Ice, and it's just like, they were just booing Callie, you know? And she was like, that's enough. Tess and Steph are talking about Steph's birthday. Finally, Callie got a birthday, Jude got a birthday, Brandon got a birthday, Jesus and Marlon had a birthday, Lena had a birthday, and now it's Steph's turn. Thank you, final season. Thank you for giving Steph a birthday in this show. You gave all the other characters a turn. Finally, Steph. But she's also, her birthday is on the same day as her friend Jenna. And yeah, at the party, it was just chaotic as crazy. Jenna's flirting with Tess in front of the team. Steph's had enough of it. And Logan, Matt, and Marion comes to a decision. She's like, hey, Matt, Logan, and Wyatt, why can't I date all three of you guys? Just one-on-one. And he's like, yeah, I'm down with that. Yeah, so anyway, at the party, Janet is flirting in front of Ted, and Steph has had enough. So she's like, Janet, what was that? And she's like, what? And she's like, you were basically flirting with. She was like, you were flirting in Ted's in front of her husband, Ted, who is married. And she's like, Mary? And she's like, Mary. Wasn't even. She's like, yeah. And Steph just had enough. She goes to bed. And yeah, so anyway, thanks to Nick, Lena discovers a hard drive with condos on it, and basically is like, hey everyone, I have some things that might change me. Craig Stroud is trying to change Anchor. He's the one with the private property. He's the one to make condos, and Craig Stroud is trying to be the guy he is, and basically, hey, I was just gonna create a separate property for the condo, and yeah, so some people are on Anchor Beach, but Drew is not with it. Drew, even though, so anyway, Drew and Lena are still working together. Monty's now gone. Just her last appearance was last episode. And Monty's now gone, and yeah. So anyway, at the party, Timothy confronts Lena and is like, Lena, how can you be principal? How can you be vice principal and be Jesus' teacher? And she's like, everyone likes you, Lena. No one likes you. He's a bad guy. So he's like, there's something you should know. So anyway, so Lena shows up at the board meeting, and she's like, Drew, you need to resign. You need to be fired. Lauren, you need to resign. That's the other board lady. And she needs to give the job she earned. Principal of the school, or all of the board, or all of the teachers will just leave, and they'll have no one to teach. So, yeah. So, we don't know what happens. Actually, I do, but I'll tell you in the next episode. But, so, Lena finally stood up for herself after 5 seasons of being vice principal. She's finally wanting to run for the principal job, which she should have done since season 1. But they're finally giving her this thing in the final season. She should have done it in season 2 after Karina Sanchez left. Like, they were going to give her the principal job, but she should have fought for it. But now she's finally getting it because Drew's awful. That Lauren board member lady's awful. So she's finally doing something about it now. 5 seasons later. Because they have 2 bad characters, 2 ass characters, and Drew and Lauren, Lena's finally doing something. The board lady. Lauren, the board lady, is a terrible character. Drew is a terrible character. They're finally doing something about them. They're finally kicking them off the show. And I am Lauren. And I am finally happy because I don't like Drew at all. He's an awful character. He is an awful character. But yeah. So anyway, yeah. So anyway, like, comment, subscribe. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. I'll see you next to Foster.